Welcome back to another episode of Tea Times, ladies and
camera.
gents, theys and thems. What's going on?
Hey guys.
All our big queens, kings, non-bees. We're really trying to be an inclusive podcast.
Okay, so there's king, queen, and then we would have to say instead of just because you can't just say the they thems because you
Why
need to
not?
give another fun. Well, because you need to give another fun name. Because if you're going
Do you?
king, queen, how about like legends?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that's on inclusive. Lee.
Okay, so we've got kings, queens, and legends. Legends are the non-binaries.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. What? I can't hear you.
Legend is, you know.
What about icon?
How about
Honestly, I think honk is all inclusive.
Honk is 100% all inclusive.
You're right. It is
Don't
all-inclusive.
talk that softly, Lee. That really triggers me when you start talking really softly.
Honk is all.
Okay.
Okay, here's the thing. So let's just get it all out in the open.
Please.
Gab, you are trying to wean yourself off Lexapro.
I'm in a nightmare of a headspace.
Yeah.
Getting off SSRIs, wow, no fucking easy walk in the park. Here's the thing. I thought it would. I didn't think it would be, because when you hear about people getting off of medication, it's this thing of like, oh, well, you know that you're getting off of it, so just like know that and it'll make it better. But unfortunately, the physical effects that withdrawing from any kind of medication has on your brain, it's not something you can think your way out of. I am extremely groggy. I have very short-term memory, sweating like a motherfucking hog in the sun.
Honey, not the hog in the
Yeah,
sun.
irritable.
Mm-hmm.
And got a headache. Did I already say that?
No, you didn't.
Got a headache
No.
and extremely fatigued. So I'll say, getting off of SSRIs, not ideal.
Not for the weak.
Not for the week.
Not for the week.
It
How
did
long
its
were you
job.
on them?
2 years.
Okay, that's a while.
They did
Yeah.
their job. They did their job. And then I was just feeling, you start feeling like, okay, still.
You're good.
Yeah, but good in the way that you know that your body, I don't know, it's almost as if your body kind of tells you when it's done. And that's
Interesting.
what I got to with my medication. I was like, okay, I think that my body knows that we've worked through the issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really sleepy all the time. And I just, with the lack of sex drive is a nightmare. It really is. I didn't think it would be that intense.
I've dated 2 people that were on SSRIs, and it is wild.
It really is. It's not, I didn't think it would affect me that badly, but it does. Having like zero sex drive is not, it doesn't feel like human.
No, it doesn't. And it's interesting because it's like, on one hand, it makes you, I was briefly on Lexapro for like a hot second, but I'm sure if I stayed on it for 2 years, it would have been extremely hard to come off of. But like, yeah, I feel like when you're on these things, you're like, okay, well, on one hand, I don't want to kill myself.
Yeah.
But on the other, I don't really want to do anything.
Well, yes. And now I've come to terms with the fact that like, yeah, you know what? I'm always slightly going to want to kill myself. And that's okay. And we don't have to act on it. And that's
No,
what
you
Lexapro taught
don't.
me.
You don't have to act on it. And I think that's part of the human experience is just always just being in a little bit of pain.
Yeah.
And I think after a while, you take your pill cocktail,
Yeah.
and then you realize, okay, those feel.
Yeah.
I'm still at the end of the day, no matter how many pills I take. Well, unless you take a lethal amount, no matter how many pills I take, I'm still going to be
Still in
right
this
here
body.
with me.
Yep.
I'm still going to be tapped in, unfortunately.
Yep.
And you just got to kind of sit in it, just kind of marinate in all your juices.
Yeah. And I just, I got kind of sick of being on the cocktail.
Yeah.
So now we're on 10 milligrams of Vyvanse, which guess what? Hey, I really like. Because it doesn't feel like I'm on Adderall. It doesn't feel like that thing anymore.
Aggressive.
No. It feels very, I like don't even realize that I'm on it. I just feel a little bit more like tapped in and less like,
Mhm.
and that feels nice.
Also, when you're not able to complete projects or do anything and focus,
about, yeah.
of course, that's going to affect your mood and
Your self-esteem,
self-worth, all that,
all of it.
and performance in life. And so, of course, like you're going to get all these other problems. But yeah, I think that's great that you found basically like the root of the issue.
ADHD. And
Yeah, honey, look it up.
There's a lot of talk, I think, in modern society of ADHD being is it a real thing?
Yeah, because that woman fucking messaged you.
And she did. I know this woman. She's
like, you have a deep fake.
This girl. Okay, so there's this girl that I guess I went to high school with. I don't remember, but I went to high school with her. She's a couple years older than me, And she found me on Instagram. I don't know when.
I
maybe
love
at
when
the
people from
beginning
high school reach out and you're like, yeah.
I don't know. I don't follow her back, and her account's private, so I can't creep.
Okay.
But she started messaging me at the beginning of the pandemic, just sending me like these clickbait articles that's like, why vaccines kill everyone. And I'm like, I can't. Listen, here's the thing.
Sis is tapped in.
If that's true, you're not going to get me with that headline because I'm smart enough to know that that is just fucking clickbait.
Mm-hmm.
Although I would click on it if it said something like Kim Kardashian sucks off her dad's corpse, then I would click on it.
And that was radical honesty and brave to admit.
But do you think I would give a fuck about vaccines? No. Now, do I give a fuck about what the Kardashians are doing with clickbait?
What?
See,
it's okay. It's okay.
we're having a hard time.
But you know what? We picked up the pieces of that shattered sentence. It's okay.
Right. So I'm gonna need you guys to do the heavy lifting today because my brain is it's like an engine that's just.
What did she send you today?
Yeah, so she sent me today a reel that is ADHD is a lie, and I said, well, okay, but it's not.
I like that you're engaging with this.
And
That's actually my favorite part of this whole thing.
I try not to, but then she just keeps sending me things, and eventually it just pisses me off so bad that I have to respond. I don't have to respond, but it just she gets me once in a while.
She gets you once in a while, and
she continuously sends me. She still lives in the area that I grew up in, Oceanside, which of course, which beautiful place that breeds so many fucking. How is everybody that is from where I grew up just fucking like this?
I don't know.
Not everybody. There are some really cool people that I
no. Don't backtrack. Stay strong. Stay strong.
Okay.
But
my dad is one of them. I don't know what it is about. It's got to be something in the fucking.
Maybe there's
water
like
there.
something. Yeah, something in the fucking water. Like I don't know. Like maybe there's like a runoff or something. But yeah, like because usually I feel like if you live by the beach, you're supposed to be chill. But that's like the
it's a wild
the dark side of the beach life.
And then there are great people that I dearly love that are from there that I whatever doesn't matter. But this girl. She keeps sending me these fucking clickbait things. Vaccines, how vaccines kill everybody, how, she's always telling me like mental illness isn't real. And I'm like,
well, babes, we're looking at a perfect case study right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
She keeps telling me this stuff. And then I engage. And I'm like, now I'm actually very mentally ill for engaging with you.
Yeah. You guys are kind of like trying to like one up each other on the crazy train. But,
yes.
But I like it.
Yeah. And so she's always sending me this stuff on how mental illness isn't real. And I was like, well, tell that to somebody who has full blown schizophrenia. I don't know. You gonna tell me that's not real?
Honestly, she needs to, I'm going to, trigger warning for my family if you guys are listening, but spend 15 minutes with my Uncle Rick. and you tell me that
her thing. So this woman's thing, and I see this with a lot of Americans, she goes, mental illness wouldn't exist if we weren't eating such bad foods and vaccines and da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, there's truth to elements of these things. I think that
are we riddling ourselves with cancer? I follow this page on Instagram. I need to like look it up because it's actually horrifying, y'all. But I follow this page on Instagram and it compares ingredients of like of ketchup. It'll be like Heinz ketchup, and the ingredients in America, it's like plastic,
plutonium,
like cyanide, arsenic, and then in like the UK, it's like flour, tomato,
water, egg,
bean oil, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And here it's like cyanide, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
What happened?
Pieces of condoms.
Sorry
like
for yelling me.
That's what goes into our food. And so there are elements of truth to the fact that, like, yes, our diets, the American diet is exacerbating mental illness. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, cancer, depression,
anxiety. I'm sure ADHD too. I mean, our lifestyles now are not conducive to. Is that the right word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Conducive
You're on it.
to ADHD.
Yeah.
Like, and this girl, she keeps sending me, no, you can change these things if you just change what you eat. And I'm like, there's, again, an ounce of truth to that. That is not all the way true, though. And that is a dangerous thing to believe because people are actually mentally ill and things do exist.
Well, here's
mental
the thing.
diseases exist. And that's not going to be eradicated with just a simple shift of diet and exercise. A lot of things can be solved. A lot of things can help. But that doesn't take away bipolar disorder. It doesn't take away anxiety. It doesn't take away depression. Like, there are levels to these things.
Now, here's the thing, Hon.
Yes.
You're on your smart girl shit right now, and I love that for you, and I really do. But the one thing I'm just gonna bring us back down to reality really quick, because right now we're going, whoa, and I'm just gonna lasso you and just pull you right on in.
Yeah.
I just want to remind you, at the end of the day, we are arguing with a woman in your DMs who is, and you're like, and if you eradicate this, then so help me big. You know, it's like,
and the thing is, will she ever listen to this? Absolutely not.
Well, I'll send it to her. Don't worry. But Shannon, watch out. No, I don't even know her name. But I think that, I mean, obviously you're right. But when you are arguing with someone who, again, it's like,
right. Who's really winning in this situation?
Who's really winning? How much energy are we expending and at what cost? Because
that's true.
And I think it's great we're talking about it on here. Okay, great. But at the end of the day, you have to realize, like, I think both of you guys need to realize, like, okay, like, I'm not going to be able to change this person's mind.
And I do say this to her, and I say, at the end of the day, girl, I don't know why we're talking about this. I'm not a doctor or scientist. Absolutely neither are you.
You kind of are a scientist, so don't take that away
That's
from
true.
yourself.
I do listen to the Huberman podcast.
Yeah, and you do this podcast, and this is a science podcast.
Right.
Don't you guys ever fucking forget it. So
right. So at the end of the day, it's like, neither of us are going to prove anything to each other. But the fact that she keeps coming back, and then today she was sending me all this shit on, like, I was like, girl, I don't have time to argue with you about this. And she's like, you don't have time. She goes, you don't have time to do your research on these things. But if you have children and I was like, hey, guess what? I'm probably not going to have kids. And if I did, here's the thing. Here's the truth. If I do have kids, I'm going to fucking load them up with vaccines. I'm going to get them so many vaccines. I'm going to get them vaccines that they don't even need.
Yeah. You're going to just honestly take them internationally and get them all the vaccines over there.
Malaria.
Yes.
That's the only one I can think of.
Okay.
And here's the thing.
And what's the thing?
And here's the thing.
Tell us.
If I have kids,
mm-hmm.
I'm getting them all these vaccines.
Yeah.
Because that's how anti-vax I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, and I know what you mean.
It's a thing of, yeah, well, you know what? You say that, well, guess what?
Well, like some mothers, like, it's always like, there's like this huge debate, like, should I breastfeed? Should I do formula? And you are just going to honestly it's vax in the mouth.
Do you want to know what I'm going to do? Exactly. I'm going to put all of the vaccines, every vaccine,
mm-hmm.
into just a pot, boil it.
Mm-hmm. Well, careful, because we don't know if you might.
Oh, I don't want to kill the.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Careful.
So then, no, I'll just put it into the. You're right. Over ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll serve it over ice.
On the rocks.
On the rocks. And that's what I'm going to do.
So shake it up.
Shake it up.
Yes.
So you can call my kids. You could call them the most vaccinated people you'll ever meet if they ever do exist.
And that's on white privilege.
You think I care if they have 14 eyes? No. They're going to be highly vaccinated. They're going to be so fucking vaccinated.
Well, here's the thing. Did you just ignore me saying you have white privilege because of your 23andMe?
No, see, I didn't understand what you meant by that.
Oh.
So what does that mean?
I was just saying that you have all this access to all these vaccines because you're going to be going
because I'm white.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's another thing we can unpack.
No, actually, I don't even know. This honestly don't even.
No, let's unpack it because guess what? You're over here saying I have white privilege.
No, here's the thing. The second you get the box braids, I'm not going to say it anymore.
I think you're forgetting what my 23andMe says.
My favorite is when you tell people that
1.5%. Say it louder. Sub-Saharan African.
And I just want to point out,
look me in the eyes and call me a white woman.
Yeah, and 0% Egyptian, and I will never get over that.
That's not 0%. It's 0.05%.
Well, excuse.
You're gonna tell me that you're gonna look me down in the eyes and say, "Hey, you're a white woman. I'm white passing."
Now, I'm gonna say right now that this was my fault for bringing up my least favorite bit of yours. That was my fault.
You're gonna look me in the eye and tell me that white colonizers didn't go in.
Gabby, you're so fucking annoying. I cannot.
Countries.
Not the colonizers.
You're gonna tell me that a bunch of fucking
white passing.
You're gonna tell me that a bunch of fucking white colonizers didn't go in.
Shut the fuck up.
To Sub-Saharan Africa.
You don't even know what you're talking about now.
Rape.
Shut up.
Rape. Stop. My ancestors, one of them.
You are like, okay, and you know what? You want to know what? We're going to send this episode to that high school girl, and we're just going to cut this clip up and go, and you think mental illness doesn't exist.
Yeah, there we go.
And there we go.
Okay, I'm just happy we waited till after 10 minutes in to drop the first because I bleep them out because of YouTube now. And because YouTube buries our episodes when we go
what?
off.
So two women can't talk about anymore?
Yeah.
So,
do they want to silence our experience?
Yeah. So Andrew Tate can get up there and talk about his kink, and then the second that we
You're
just
gonna have a lot of editing to do, Lee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big. Here's the thing.
Nobody's ever gonna find this episode.
You want to know? Know
They can
funny?
find it at the depths of hell where it belongs.
I feel like I've talked about this before.
What?
But the only reason that I have any ounce of of not European blood in me is because a bunch of Europeans just one black person in Africa in like 700 years ago, and that's the only reason I have that gene. You know what I mean?
Not really.
Yes, that's what it is. So
I'm not following the logic though.
Okay.
Are you?
Do you see my face?
I have this small percentage of African blood, right?
She's getting loud again, so it's going to get really important.
No, because you guys aren't listening to the truth. So I have this small percentage of African blood.
Make a reel about it.
I have a small percentage of African blood in me, right? And it's like, where did that come from? This is somebody, because
from your white devil ancestors.
That's what I mean. It's like it come from a pack of white people, but somewhere in that pack, just one person, somebody in Africa, and that's where my African bloodline comes from. I don't understand what you guys aren't getting.
No, we're just listening to you talk, and it's like really eye-opening.
But what I'm saying is that's what it is.
At first, it sounded like it was like a gangbang.
Well, it could be. It could have been.
Well, Lee, that's your fetish coming out, and honestly, just keep it back.
Because I thought you said a bunch of whites and one.
Oh yeah, I did say that, and so that could also be true.
A bunch of whites.
Bunch of whites. All these fucking whites coming in, marking their territory. Here we are. And all of us are a product of that.
Okay, so that's good.
Bunch of fucking rapists.
I want to do mine. I want to do my 23andMe, even though I don't even believe any of it's real.
Okay, well now you're giving anti-vax.
Okay. Why don't you believe that it's real?
Yeah.
Because the business is too big now. I think it was real when they started, and now they just pump out the same bullshit to everybody.
They're just shaking up a thing and.
Yeah, they just use an algorithm. It's like, oh yeah, you're a little bit this, a little bit that.
But that's just something that you've made up, right? It's a theory you have in your head.
Yeah.
So this is the dangerous thing about.
Lee does that though, because
he does.
But here's the thing. Let's go in on Lee really quick, and before anyone starts going, oh great, you guys are being mean to Lee again. He did hit me in the face with a hot iron right when I walked in. The makeup is doing its job, so you can't tell, but so whatever I say, it's perfectly allowed. Mm-hmm. And he did hit Gabby's knee with a crowbar, and that's on Tonya Harding. Okay. Anyway, Lee, I feel like what you do is you create a reality, and then you pitch it to us as if it's fact, and you're like, yeah. And then I was walking in traffic, and I was actually hovering. I was Christ-like in traffic, and then I saw a dinosaur, and I said, "What are you doing here, Mr. Dinosaur?" And then he told me that actually chickenpox is making its second round, and that's actually what happened. And I'm like, "What actually happened? Like, what are you talking about?" And he's like, "Well, actually, I just thought I actually had some allergies. My bad. Yoinks!" It's like, what's going on?
Because there's
such a disconnect through.
There is. Because this is what happens when people have access to free speech and being able to put anything online, is that we're able to just give our opinions based on absolutely no evidence whatsoever. Well, and then people are like, that sounds about right. And then all of a sudden you have Donald Trump for president.
Yeah, exactly.
So the thing is we're all sitting around here being like, this is probably the truth. No actual evidence of that being anywhere near the truth.
Booting our thoughts, and that's why I think this podcast is so important. Not to get narcissistic, but I think this podcast is so important because this, at the end of the day, it is a male silencing podcast. Yep. Heavy on the silence.
Because here's the thing: what do you know about anything that's going on over the 23andMe factories?
And what do you know about also, for that matter?
He knows a lot about that.
But
he knows a lot about that.
Yeah, he does know a lot about that. Lee, I would love to know how much sex you've had that's been consensual. We'll save that answer for Patreon.
Does anybody actually listen to this podcast and think this is nice?
Does anyone put this podcast on and go, time to unwind?
I want to know how many people listen to this podcast and get offended by something we say in each episode.
I want to know how many people listen to this podcast and get kind of hungry, actually. I want to know who can actually stomach a meal while you're listening to this podcast, because for me, it's pretty diabolical.
Well, no, we've got a fun episode today. It's on all the dumb shit that you've done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. This was a really good prompt. Let's see. Okay.
What are some dumb shit that you guys have done? The dumbest things.
Say that I know anything about 23andMe.
Yeah, see? And there it is.
Yeah. And there it is. And that's on full circle. The dumbest thing I've ever done, I mean, a few of my relationships would definitely qualify. So some of the dumbest things I've ever done. I cut all my hair off. Not all my hair, but I cut my hair extremely short because I thought it was going to look cute and it didn't. That was kind of dumb. Oh, I dyed my hair blue when I was 20, I think 5.
Did it look dumb?
Too old.
Okay, Lee, it was kind of after I was and I was going through something. So thank you, Lee. Oh my God, your compassion is truly overwhelming.
So anytime, so I want you guys to know this, and I want you to hear it loud and clear.
Okay, Lee just got scared. Okay.
Have compassion for any woman you see with blue hair, because you know what that means.
If you see a woman,
you know what they've just been through.
Yeah, if you see a woman with blue hair who's a little bit overweight, like I was back in the day, it's because she was hospitalized.
Something was just
trauma.
taken from them.
Yeah, Lee.
Non-consensually.
It's because they were mounted against their will.
I have to fart so bad. And here's the thing.
Why don't you just go to the bath? No, because your farts are like wet.
Ew, I don't want to do it now because Lee just looked me in the eyes and went, do it.
Well, that's because he was just
He's a fucking fart kink.
Yeah, I actually almost said something that Lee was actually about to get legit mad at, but don't worry, I use self-control. Ooh wee, ooh wee, ooh wee.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Dumb shit. We all do dumb shit.
Well, I know. So say something that you've done.
Okay, well, I spent all of that money in the beginning of the pandemic on getting hair extensions. That was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Like drinking and driving is pretty dumb. Most all of the things that I spend my money on, fucking dumb.
Okay. You know what? You and I have we had like a very beautiful heart to heart the other night over our spending. And you and I will do that. Like when we'll get money and then we'll just like get kind of like
dumb.
Ramped up on it. We'll be like, and then just like spend it all.
Yeah.
But we're entering a new era and we're not going to be fucking doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so.
I do that too.
It's dumb. I spend a lot of money on a lot of dumb fucking things that I don't need.
And that's on coping mechanism, honey.
It is on a coping mechanism. Spending, if you guys don't know, is also an addiction. And we're all just trying to fill the voids of our emptiness, of our childhood wounds. And that's what we do.
I talked about it on Patreon, but for the poors, I'll tell you guys. I bought Harry Styles tickets and I convinced myself. I essentially drained my account on Harry Styles tickets.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, after I buy these tickets, I'm finally going to, like that hole that's like a mom-sized hole in my heart. I was like, okay.
God-sized hole, as
yeah,
they say.
A God-sized hole. It's going to be filled with Harry.
It's the mother wound.
Mm-hmm. And I bought it and I was like, that's weird. I'm still empty.
Isn't that funny? It's such a funny thing. Yeah. You bought these tickets being like, I'm going to feel so good. But what really that is it's a hole for your mother.
It's a hole for my mother.
We're trying to fill these holes that our mothers, that we want to fill with like genuine motherly love. But we say, you know what? Harry Styles ticket will fill that.
And it's a
neck tattoo is going to fill the mother hole.
Oh yeah. Me. Like if I tattoo my whole neck and then a little thing on my face, then you know
and I get 14 tooth gems.
One for each insult your mom's hurled at you in the last week.
Then my mommy wound, full.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? It fills it for a hot second. It's like filling something with like a leak at the bottom. You're like, oh, okay. And then immediately it's drained.
Yeah. So those of you out there who are spending your money on dumb things, doing dumb things, I just want you to know that's a hole that only your mother can fill.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And
she won't. So
she never,
and you never will actually ever feel good.
And she won't.
Yeah, she really won't. So,
they fucked us up from birth, I'd say. Oh, I was reading this thing today that was like, things that cause ADHD. And they don't know there's like a lot of different factors, it being environmental, genetic, all of these things, but some big factors that play into children that have ADHD, smoking and drinking when, in utero. And
also, isn't it from having kids later on?
That is also a thing. Yeah, I read that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could say my mom told me that. Well, I stopped drinking and smoking when I found out I was pregnant. And I said, well, when was that?
8 months in.
Yeah, when she was giving birth.
Stop. Well, you turned out great. Not the sloping.
It's the Lexapro withdrawals. I'm saying. Okay.
No. I'll start. Wait. Yeah, I start this time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Lee, what's the dumbest thing you've ever done?
Oh, well, Lee, that's crazy.
Yeah, Lee.
Right.
No, stop, Lee. And actually, another thing, Lee. Okay, I need to read.
I'm also so sad that the guy from fucking Migos died. So sad.
Okay,
that is young.
That is extremely fucking sad. He was
So
so
sad.
young. Yeah, and it was in Texas, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, Lee's pulling it up. Obsessed.
Take off.
He was killed in a shooting.
It's always a shooting.
Outside a bowling alley in downtown Houston.
That's so fucking awful. Talk about a really dumb thing to do. Kill someone.
Yeah, that's a really dumb thing to do.
God, I'm really articulate and emotionally deep today. Okay, guys, we're gonna get into it. Hey, honks, have you ever been about 14 and done something stupid as fuck for attention and cool points? Yes.
Yeah.
Stuffed my bra and they were uneven, and I used paper towels on one and then TP on the other, so don't even worry about it. Anyway,
Why? Why didn't you use just...
because I ran out, so that's a whole other thing. Don't even worry about it. Anyway, enough. Yeah, that's where I was mentally. I was walking through my old apartment complex with a couple friends, but not really. More accurately, just classmates who happen to live near me. We were literally just walking and talking like normal, and my crazy ass takes my house key and scratches it all alongside some really nice yellow car.
No! Why?
I have no fucking clue
Fuck.
what was going through my mind. Trying to show off, I guess. I was like, it was like I was possessed. Kind of like that bitch who squirted ketchup all over Gabby.
Yeah! That's what I immediately thought of when she said that.
Yeah, like the intrusive thoughts just winning. No,
Yeah.
the bitch that did that to you was sinister. Okay, we probably have the same mental disorder, LMAO. Okay, well, prayers up for you then, sis. Long story short, dude saw me from his window and yelled at me. Oh, he was in the car?
No! No.
From
He was in the apartment.
complex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
also, wait, hold on. Was he just like, does he just like perch at his window and make sure that nobody touches his car?
Maybe he was working at a
Probably
desk or
heard
something.
it. Is
Yeah. Oh, I can't. Okay, long story short, dude saw me
I
from
bet
his
that's
window.
the noise you make when you come.
No, I
Go
think
on.
Lee goes, I'm sorry. Oh, Mom. Okay, or like something like that. We all got scared and scattered. We were literally around the corner from my apartment, LOL. So I don't know why I even ran. The police got called and my mom was pissed that she got awoken so violently, LOL. You punch your mom in the face to wake her up. I honestly don't think anything came of it. They probably understood I was a stupid kid who made a stupid mistake by the way I was crying. Okay, and that's on crying to get off the hook. I'm so embarrassed every time
That's
I think.
on a white woman's tears.
Yeah, this on crocodile tears. I'm so embarrassed every time I think about it, but it's whatever. Hopefully other people have done things that are equally or more embarrassing.
Absolutely.
This was honestly the worst one today. And you have made the worst mistake.
Out of anybody
Actually,
in
an
the world.
unforgivable mistake.
You heard of Hitler? This is worse.
This is worse. So I don't know. Maybe like think about that. No, okay. That is I'm sure I've done something. I can't think of it right now, but that I do feel like that's very like relatable. Like when you're young and you're
do
trying to like
dumb
seem
shit,
cool.
Yeah. I've done shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of what.
I guess we haven't. I guess it's back to just you and
Guess
Lee.
I've never done anything that dumb.
Okay, I'm gonna calm down. I'm like feeling amped. I had some caffeine and I'm just like,
okay.
Okay, don't toss it away like that.
That's a funny little dumbass thing for a kid to do. All right, ready? You guys fucking ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, bonks. I like that you used bonk.
Yeah,
Hey,
good.
bonk. One time I was doing a wine tour and we rented one of those e-bikes because it would be easier to get between wineries. And there's minimal pedaling involved because they go 32 miles an hour. Jesus Christ.
I know.
Which is like, 32 km, which is like 13 miles per hour for my American friends. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so this thing actually goes pretty fast and we're all in like cute winery dresses for the pics. And I decide that I'm going to look really cool and try to Tokyo drift my bike into the next winery. So your friends are like, I like the idea of this, that your friends are going to be like, that was fucking sick.
Like,
girl.
holy shit.
Whoa, did you just
The way
Tokyo
that you
drift?
skid, you've seen Akira, like, oh fuck.
Yeah, tight. Okay, so Tokyo drift my bike into the next winery when we pull up for a dramatic entrance. Fast and Furious. This particular winery had a front garden sitting area where there was like 50 people just hanging out, drinking wine. Like it was packed. In the parking lot in front of them where you enter was gravel. So anyway, I'm going 13 miles an hour. and slam the back brakes to do my cool drift maneuver, and my entire bike slides out from under me. Immediately, I go flying like a fucking rag doll across the gravel parking lot. I slid. And when I finally came to a stop, I was covered in blood. People from the winery got up and ran over to see if I was okay. My dress was fucking ripped. I was limping. It was so goddamn funny. I really just wanted to be a drift king that day.
Oh my God.
Yo, that's one of those things where you would see and you would just be fucking screaming laughing.
Yeah.
And you also feel kind of bad for the person, but it's also so funny. Why is watching people get hurt so funny? God, watching my mom fall off a boat one time, that was one of the funniest things I've ever fucking seen.
Jesus.
Oh, it was so funny. It was shallow water. She could handle it. She fell off her bike when we were mountain biking.
Not the loud laugh. Okay, I can't. This is the happiest I've seen her all day.
Oh,
I can't.
God.
Okay, for my 18th birthday, my best friend rolled us a blunt and thought it was a smart idea to paint Happy 18th on it in acrylic paint. See attached pic.
No.
Without even thinking about it, we smoked and got really high.
So toxic.
Off weed or the paint? Who knows? 12 years later, we're 30 now. We are still best friends and talk about the time we smoked acrylic paint very often. Strange times. Love you all and Gabby's gorgeous lips. Filler for life. Cute. There's the blunt.
Okay. That's a cute blunt.
It's a cute blunt.
But yeah, okay.
Here's the thing.
It's not super dumb.
I think that was tame. I think that was good.
Yeah.
I thank you for writing in.
Definitely dumb.
Okay, Lee, don't
well,
come for her. Like,
fine.
chill out. Stay with
That
us.
actually made me think on a very, very small scale of the people on TikTok who like do the thing where they eat slugs and then they just end up dying because
Oh my God.
now that's fucking dumb.
Oh my God. You know what? Okay. I was so I was on a little date the other night, and then at the end we were showing each other some TikTok videos, and she started showing me these videos of people taking shots of alcohol that are on fire. I don't know how we got on this, but she started.
People are so dumb.
And then their heads light on
And
fire.
they light on fire. You guys.
Really?
It was, and it's so many people.
Wait,
old,
their heads
young-
light on fire?
Yes. Yes.
Do they get hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they immediately, one guy, he spilled it and it got all over him. And he's like, running around.
Wait. So it's like vodka?
It's like
It's a shot of
it's like
alcohol.
151 that like lights on fire, and then they take it, but they like don't take it fast enough or something.
Or the cup is too fit. Like we saw one couple take it and it worked out fine. And it was because the glass wasn't all the way full, and then they just shot it and then it was great. But everyone else, like, it's completely filled up and like they're trying to shoot it and it gets all on them, and it was so horrific. I'm
and like it will catch your hair, and then your hair just goes up. Yeah.
That's so fucking
one guy
dumb.
caught his like whole apartment on fire. I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay, it's really dumb.
Yeah.
It's really
So
dumb.
you can say that's pretty much dumb.
TikTok is a place where you can go to see people doing the dumbest shit you've ever seen.
You want to know what I think is dumb?
Huh.
When people have an interaction with someone that they're dating and then they put it on TikTok and they're like, okay, so like, what do you guys think like this means? Like, what do we think? And I'm like, that person's going to see it. If you're all the way done with this person, okay, I guess go off. But like when people are like on Hinge, like they'll keep like the person's name and everything and just and like their picture. And I'm like, okay, what happened to privacy? I don't know. Maybe I'm being a prude, but I just think that's like kind of dumb.
Okay.
Okay, you don't agree? Interesting. I thought you would agree.
Do you think that...
Whatever you're about to say, no. And also to the other one, no, too.
Well, do you think that... I don't know. Do you think that Jesus Christ was dumb when he was like, yeah, fine, nail me to the cross?
What?
Well, here's the thing. That didn't
think
make
that was
any
dumb?
sense.
I think it's dumb.
And he didn't say that.
Pretty embarrassing. Dumb.
And that's why, kids, you got to take your Lexapro because you're going to start saying whack-ass shit.
I know. I'm going to look back on these episodes and be like, wow, I was really, truly in withdrawal.
So what happened was I said something and you didn't intake it at all.
Jesus.
And then you were like silent because you're thinking of something. You're like, all right, I got to say. And then you said whatever the fuck that was. and that it did get dark, but let's just move through it. Let's just move past it. And now you're trying to do the same thing again, but just read. Let's just go back to the...
Think about it. Pretty dumb.
It's not working still, and it's okay. So let's get back to the reading.
My dumbest ideas. Number 1, moving in with my ex, my boyfriend at the time, for sure. I knew he wasn't ready, regardless of what he thought. But at that point, I honestly think I did it just to prove to him I was right. And of fucking course, it lasted 3.5 months. After that, although I'd count that last month as not being together, lasted 3.5 months after that. Although I'd count the last month as not being together. Worst 3.5 months of my life. Huh.
Wait.
I knew he wasn't ready regardless of what he thought. But at that point, I honestly think I just did it to prove to him I was right. Wait, so you moved in with him to prove to him that moving in was a bad idea?
I'm sorry to say this, but I honestly get it. Because sometimes being right is so appealing.
Okay, number 2, completely totaling my car first. Oh my God. Completely totaling my first car after not changing the oil so long that it broke the entire engine. Yeah, that's fucking dumb.
Fuck.
That's some dumb shit I would do too, though. You just don't pay attention to the lights and you're like, yeah, it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I did that in high school.
Yep.
My car had an oil leak, and it seized on me on the highway at like 2 a.m. And I got it going, but anytime I would stop, it would shut off again. So I had to just run red lights and run, like I just had to keep going all the way home.
What did you do? Did the car end up ever working again?
Replace the engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely scenes the engine.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it's some dumb shit. Ignoring car lights is fucking dumb. But then it's like, I don't know. Then I take my car in to get all the lights fixed, and then they're still on, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
You're getting scammed.
Number 3, ever making a sneaky link a significant other. This is my PSA. Just don't do it. It never works out.
Never.
Okay, that is so fucking...
That's some like sage wisdom.
True. It's true. The sneaky link is never the one that is going to
No, it's never going to be the one. And some people right now are probably going, well, actually, no, it's not. And unfortunately for you, it's not.
Yeah, making a sneaky link a significant other is a bad idea. There are for sure some more, but I'm not admitting to any felonies or real embarrassing things. Okay. Don't withdraw. Don't fucking withhold the truth. We want the
don't
juicy.
shy away. Make a burner email if you really are going to be that tight-lipped. Okay, no, I'm honestly obsessed with that email. Okay. This person used to kind of live, I think, by us. That's interesting. Or maybe not. Just kidding. Okay. Hello, honks. I got a car about 8 months ago. I used to live on Normandy and Sunset.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And there was 0 parking ever.
Yeah.
So I made it a habit to park illegally on the reg because I have a God complex. Well, and that's if only. Okay.
LA does this to us, though. It forces us to park in illegal spots.
This is also why it's good to like get out of LA, because LA does kind of like, give you cancer of the brain. But one day I went to my car parked in front of a hydrant. Wait. One day I went to get my car parked in front of a hydrant and shit was gone. Nowhere to be found. So I called 911 and said, hey, not an emergency, but my car's either been stolen or towed. They look in their system. Towed.
They can do that at 911.
At 911, you can.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They can also tell you like any fun information you want, horoscopes, all that. They look in their system,
Okay.
Towed, motherfucker. So I call the towing place, go get my car, pay $400, and I'm back, baby. Next week, I wake up for work and head outside and no car.
No, bitch.
Jesus Christ. Again, so I call 911.
I like that she's like, come on, guys.
Yeah. Oh, shucks. Okay.
Not again.
Also, the way you wrote this is funny. 10 out of 10. So I call 911. Hey, not an emergency, but my car's either been stolen or towed. They say, yep, she's been towed. Great. They connect me to the tow yard and they said, no, we don't have it, but try this other company. So I get passed around from company to company for like an hour. No one has my car. I call the original towing place and they try to say again, they don't have it. Now I'm getting pissed. Look, I've called every towing company in LA and no one has my car. I've also called the cops and they said it's been towed. So I have no idea. This sweet baby angel of a receptionist named Pam ends up shit talking the cops with me. Look, like how ridiculous that the cops don't know who towed the car. Pam tells me to give her an hour and that she will personally figure out where my car is.
How do they do this?
So an hour later, Pam calls me back and says that she's spoken to supervisors and managers and police chiefs, and no one has my car. She said because my car got towed the week prior, that's why the cops think it's been towed. She said she thinks it's time I fill out a police report because it's probably stolen. Mind you, I was supposed to be at work. So this whole time I was texting my manager, multiple, about the situation. Oh, she was texting her managers about the situation. Having a full-blown panic attack. My manager is like, you want to take the day? I'm sorry your car is stolen. My other manager is like, did you get your shift covered?
The worst.
So compassionate.
The worst.
My boyfriend is like, damn, that sucks. Maybe if you go on the Toyota app, it has a car tracker. I'm a stubborn douche, and I say, I know where I left my car. It's been stolen, guy. But on the low, I checked my Apple Maps just in case. Apple Maps has a feature that tells you where you last parked your car if your phone was with you when you parked. Car wasn't stolen. I just forgot I parked it the next block over in a legal spot. So I ended up going into work and letting the managers know that, hey, man, not stolen, just I'm an idiot.
I would have lied. I would have been like, it was stolen.
That you couldn't waterboard this out of me. Most embarrassing story of my life. I'm an idiot. I wasn't even drunk, high, or hungover. Pure sober idiocy. Thanks for reading. Love you guys. Love you. That was a really fun read. That was really fun. Loved the twist. Love how she broke up the paragraphs.
Thank you.
Tasteful emojis. 10 out of 10. 824 will be getting this, so.
That is some dumb shit. And I do shit like that all the time. I do dumb shit all of the time.
I would say my procrastination is probably one of the dumbest things I do.
Never putting things back where I should put them. Dumb.
Oh my God, Gabby, the way that you look for things. I was making fun of you for this yesterday. Whenever you lose your keys, you're like, you walk around so frantically and you're like, where are they? And then it's always me who like just lifts up something. I'm like, okay.
It's
and then it's always me.
It's not always you.
Always me.
It wasn't, because I also lifted up the same thing that you lifted up yesterday and they weren't there. So obviously
the same thing, and you didn't find them, and then I lifted it up and actually
they weren't there when I looked. So something happened.
No, well, because you don't actually look. I guess I'm right.
Poltergeist.
I guess I'm right.
Poltergeist.
No, because you also always say that you don't believe in ghosts, which is also dumb.
I don't say that.
You do.
I don't. I believe in ghosts.
You do.
I believe in ghosts.
Well, now you're trying to say that to fit your argument. Stop! Get out! Stop! Get out! Stop! Get out!
Stop! Get out!
Oh my God! Ew! You are a nasty, rancid.
So bad.
I know you're such a because you just shit in your new clothes.
So bad.
Lee, she just shit her fucking pants. You need to fucking turn on a fucking fan.
Smells so bad.
Lee, turn on the fucking fan because now I'm getting her poop particles in my mouth. You are such a nasty fucking heifer. Ew!
The fart smells so bad.
Lee, blow it away from me.
It's literally in my mouth.
Good.
That was a big fart.
Yeah.
I just fucking...
Ew. Ew. Okay, we're sending this to that little high school bestie of yours because the mental illness is rampant, babes.
You think you got that on you could hear it?
I maybe. I think so. I think I have it here.
I'll do it again.
You're gonna shit yourself.
I got the last fart. The last fart you did on Patreon, I did. I got good.
Yeah, that fart.
That was pretty good.
God, that was a good one. Right at you.
You're nasty. You're nasty. Like in every sentence. Nasty,
right
nasty,
Did you hear it,
nasty.
Lee? Did you hear that big fat fart? It was a good one.
Okay.
Can I tell you a story about getting my car towed?
Sure.
But Lee, is it actually a good story?
It's actually a good story.
All right.
So in Boston, I used to get my shit towed on the reg, like because I just never paid I'd never paid parking tickets. B, when I moved to Portland, there's like snow bans, and
yeah.
And if your car's on the street after a certain time and there's a snow ban, they'll tow you. And so that happened.
Snow ban?
It's like when it snows.
Don't say it like that. There's a snow ban.
Okay, all right.
She's trying to waft it on me.
When it snows, you have to clear all the cars off the street so the plows can can clean the street.
Yeah.
And so they open parking garages, or you can park at the school, and there's different places you can park.
Mhm.
I would get out of work at 3 a.m. and forget that there was a snow ban, forget that my car was on the street, and so I get towed.
Mhm.
And so one time I get towed, and I find out who it was. I go to get my car out of the tow yard, and there's nobody there to deal with or pay to get my car out.
Mhm.
So, and I saw it there, and the gate was open, so I just got in and drove away. And so I steal my car out of the tow yard, and I like 007.
Where are the keys? Oh, you have your keys.
I have my keys, yeah. So I like 007 fucking Tokyo drift that shit out of the parking lot because I'm like adrenaline running, you know? And I'm like, fuck, I did it. And then I get back, and then like 20 minutes later, the dude calls me. He's like, he's like, you can't just take your car like that. And then he's threatening me. He's sitting outside my apartment. He's because he had like he had my plate number, so he had my information. And he was the only.
Gabby, I'm gonna fuck you up. I'll fuck you up. I'll fucking beat the shit out of you if you try and fucking fart on me
I just
again.
got it so bad. Didn't you hear it?
No.
I just farted in the mic so bad.
I'm so fucking tired of her.
I just farted in the mic.
And so I
Did
ended.
you hear it, Lee?
I heard it, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big one.
So
Blowing it literally away. I'm sorry,
The
Lee.
only reason I ended up paying him was because I had an interview. I had a meeting about a raise. It was a Friday, and I had a meeting about a raise on Monday, and I didn't want to deal with the cops because if his threats came true and they did arrest me for theft,
Mhm.
I'd be stuck there over the weekend. So I ended up just paying him off. But stealing the car out of the tow yard was one of the best feelings I've ever had.
That's fucking crazy that you got away with that.
Yeah. I didn't really. I
Wow.
ended up paying him.
Yeah, he
Okay.
ended up having to be a bitch in the end.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have toxins now melting my brain.
Yeah.
So good.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. The joke's on you because you've now shit yourself. So
Don't worry. I got all this milk right here. I'm working up.
you are.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Read.
Hey, Honks and Lee.
Hey.
The dumbest thing I've ever done was when I dated a girl who was a walking red flag.
Mm.
After knowing her only for a few months, we moved in with my parents.
Oh.
That's really a dumb idea. One night,
Shut up.
she tried to strangle me.
Oh,
Oh,
it smells so. Wait, can I just say something?
yep.
It smells so fucking bad.
I can't smell
It
it.
literally smells like she just fucking diarrheaed in here. I like smell
Probably
the
did.
inside of your anal cavity, and it's not good.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And you're fucked up because you're like proud of it.
Yeah.
Ew.
God, I can't wait to get fucking let another one loose.
Ew, it's because she's drinking all that whole. It smells like shit. It like
I'm literally drinking
smells
milk.
like poop. I'm not kidding. It like actually doesn't smell good. I can't even do this podcast. Like you're making it so I can't do this because I'm gonna be physically sick. And what on some dumb shit was that? Like that was so fucking whack and just dumb. Just nasty, dumb.
She pushed it out.
I know, yeah, because and I
I
know.
didn't. That basically fell out.
No, it didn't. You got red in the face. You literally were sweating pushing that shit out. And I know that you're sitting on a fucking wet one right now.
Oh, yeah.
Ew.
I'm giving myself some ammo.
Stop drinking the milk, Gabby.
You move forward.
No, I can't. I can't.
Let me finish this story. Pretty good. So she moves this girl in with her parents.
Mm-hmm. Stupid, nasty bitch.
One night, she tried to strangle me and also threatened to kill herself.
Wait, this is her girl.
This is the girl that she moved in
Okay,
after a few
did we
months.
date the same person?
Sounds like she dated you.
Mm.
You also probably did. And also threatened to kill herself. So I called the police and she ran out of my house with no pants on. That's pretty funny. That sounds like you when you Jack in the Boxed.
Wait, what is it? I wasn't listening because I was trying to
One
turn
night
the fan
she-
on. So your fart smell doesn't fucking waft into my fucking nostrils anymore.
One night she tried to strangle me and also threatened to kill herself. So I called the police and she ran out of my house with no pants on.
Oh no, that's definitely you. Yeah, that's you.
She convinced the police she was okay, so they left. I had to sleep in my mom's room for safety after that. I'm dead.
That's such a fucking nightmare.
This was 6 years ago, and I still get scared when I see someone who looks like her. Even though I'm a therapist now, I fully embrace my fear of commitment if it means I will never have another stupid, scary lesbian U-Haul relationship like that again.
Jesus.
God, you fucking lesbos are really...
Whatever. You're a fucking closet lesbo. So
I
that's
am.
the whole reason why you have animosity is because you're so deep in the fucking closet. And that's why you have all that fucking weird fart rage. And that's why you're farting and shitting yourself on the regular because you're trying to distract yourself from your gay urges. You fucking queer. Okay.
How you take that back? I ain't no queer. I I'm not no queer. Keep your gay shit away from me.
It's giving sexual repression.
God, I can't wait to fucking let another one out.
No, because I'm going to seriously get one of Joy's tampons when we get home and fucking throw it at you. Okay. Hello, lovely.
She wears Diva cups.
What?
She wears Diva cups.
Well, according to our bathroom, she is using tampons now. Don't worry, because she left one in the shower, and I saw that the other day, and I thought it was a dead mouse, and don't worry, it was.
In the shower.
Mm-hmm. So, I need to get myself together. Okay, hello, lovelies.
After you drink the...
What?
Did she just...
She just like frantically drank it, like she's like trying to force
Yeah, because she's trying to bubble guts herself up. Ew.
She,
Hey, Hey, hon.
Yeah, because there's nothing like light and delicate about Gabby. Like it's like no, I can't hear you. But it's like there's nothing like feminine or like gentle. It's like very much like you know.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Hey, hon.
Chaos. No, fuck you. Like actually, fuck you.
I can't see you.
No, because you literally farted so nasty. Ew. Ew. Okay. Hello, lovelies. I saw your
I'm listening.
I saw your prompt for dumb ideas and wanted to share a childhood experience that led me to feeling very dumb. It was more so a dumb decision. Wow. Stop
I
trying
can't
to look
at you. When
I
you
know.
talk.
I don't want you looking at me.
I can't let you put a fucking fan in.
I know.
In
I had
between
to.
us.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to put a fan in between us because I know the second I move this fan, you're just gonna fucking fart on me.
That's not true.
Or like shit on Lee's floor because you're
true.
getting that comfortable.
Not true.
And I
Not
know,
true.
here's the thing. I know when we go home, you're gonna like be like, oh, I actually did shart. I know that's also why I know that you're laughing so hard because I know you're just sitting on like a wet one right now because the smell that escaped the crevice was not normal and it wasn't healthy either. And I don't know why you're laughing because I know you take even stinkier shits than she does.
No, he does.
Yeah, he does. Everyone in this room could eat more fucking vegetables. I'll say that. Okay, why did you just cough like a fucking hamburger that just came out?
Not a hamburger.
You're coughing like the hamburger up in
That
here.
almost murdered me.
All right.
Okay, this episode is straight from
This episode is from fucking hell. Like all of our episodes.
Oh, this show is my dumbest idea.
The thing about Lee is that he does all this for free.
That is his dumbest idea. No, we pay him in farts.
No, we pay you in farts and in verbal assaults.
Yeah.
But you pay us in physical assaults, so fuck you. Oh my God. Okay, you guys, I'm going to try and read again. Okay. Gabby, I'm going to move this, but the second you fucking fart, I'm going to literally put you in a fucking chokehold. Okay. So it was more so you're laughing because you just, what did she just do? What did you just do?
She just looked at the camera.
Stop. No, don't wink. Stop winking, Gabby. Oh my God. Okay, you're acting closeted. I can't. Okay. It was more so a dumb, and that's why I can't stand closeted people. Okay. It was more so a dumb decision versus an idea, but I still, and Lee, you are too, so I don't even start.
I know.
And that right there is why we're never going to get signed. Okay.
Yeah.
But I still feel guilty and haunted by the situation that happened decades ago. So maybe I'm just using this prompt as a chance to confess. But I would love to hear your thoughts on this dumb decision I made, as it was a bit of a mysterious conclusion. Okay. I think I was about 12 years old now when this happened. I was in my front yard, keeping an eye on my little brother, who was a toddler at the time. Suddenly, a very intimidating man pulled up on a motorcycle. He had a Hell's Angel look to him, leather jacket, big beard, riding a Harley, and 12-year-old me was a bit frightened. He started asking me if I knew someone in the neighborhood named Steve. I didn't know anyone named Steve, and I started feeling the stranger danger alarm going off in my head. I told him no. Hoping it would be the end of the conversation, but he started describing Steve and asked if I knew anyone who drove a red pickup truck. This is when I made the dumb decision. There was a man who lived 3 doors down from my house who drove a red pickup truck. I didn't know his name, but what I did know is that he was a mean motherfucker. He hated kids and was the type to yell at me and other children for the slightest disturbances.
Sounds like Steve.
This is a classic Steve right here.
Yeah.
Like if I was riding a bike on the sidewalk in front of his house and had to hit the brakes real quick to avoid crashing, he would freak out if the bike tire left a streak on the sidewalk. He gave strong, get off my lawn energy. The type of neighbor where you skip their house on Halloween for trick-or-treating. Okay, T. I knew I shouldn't tell the man on the motorcycle about the neighbor with the red pickup truck. I knew I shouldn't be talking to strangers, but maybe it was a mix of the fear I felt towards the man on the motorcycle and the disdain I felt towards the grouchy neighbor. Or maybe I was just a dumb kid who didn't think before I spoke. Okay, honey, we are working through all the thoughts.
We are.
Yeah, she said, we're going to go through step by step and we're going to work through every single thought I've ever had. And I said, okay, go off. Go off. Okay. Or maybe I was just, okay. But the dude on the motorcycle where the neighbor with the red pickup truck lived, I watched the motorcycle guy pull up in front of the neighbor's place and... Oh, so she told the guy, okay, it's giving snitch. Okay. And he just sat on his Harley and stared at the house for a while. He had a look of pure anger on his face. He kept slightly revving his motorcycle louder and louder. Okay. Interesting. While continuing to stare at my neighbor's home. After what felt like a few minutes, he revved up his motorcycle one more time really loudly and drove away. All right. Anticlimactic. Later that week, I was in the car with my mom to go run some errands. We drove past the man's house with the red pickup truck, and he was standing outside, but something was different about him. When I say different, I mean he was on crutches, and one of his legs was in a huge cast that went from the bottom of his foot all the way up to his thigh. My mom was very alarmed. She started making comments about how something really bad must have happened to him for his leg to be in such a large cast. And that's when the guilt overtook me.
Whoa.
I admitted to my mom what had happened earlier this week with the man on the motorcycle. She flipped out. She began telling me that she had heard through neighborhood gossip that the guy with the red pickup truck may have been involved with some bad people. She theorized that Harley Davidson man, okay, what? Did I say that wrong? Harley Davidson.
No, that's all right.
Holy shit. Okay, the fart is honestly rotting my brain. Okay. Man must have been sent to collect a debt from our neighbor, and the neighbor's broken leg was probably caused by the motorcycle man beating the shit out of the red pickup truck neighbor. Oh, also my mom was yelling at me while telling me this. She said she couldn't believe that I would not only talk to a stranger, but tell this frightening person about where the dude with the truck lived. I felt so dumb, but I also felt like a horrible person. I had obviously helped facilitate a crime and was partially responsible for the truck guy getting his leg destroyed by the motorcycle dude. But at the end of the day, there was no way to know for sure if that's what happened. You know what? I would say there is a way.
That's gnarly.
I would say there is a way, and we do know it to be true, but it's okay. But my mom definitely made me feel like this 1,000% what caused his broken leg, and I 1,000% felt very dumb and guilty about it. However, I did see some positive changes happen after this event. The man with the truck became nice. He stopped yelling at kids and started being friendly. Oh, okay.
I wonder what this fucking guy did.
He had all his hate for children stored in his leg, and then the motorcycle guy just beat some love.
So I wonder if the motorcycle guy was actually a good guy. I mean, I guess physically assaulting somebody is not something a really good person would do, but you never know.
Well, don't say never.
You're right.
There was many times. Okay. So she's going on to say, my mom found out through the pickup truck guy's wife that he had a wake-up call life moment that made him realize he needed to change his ways. The neighbor did pass away a while ago from some type of illness, so I will never get the chance to confirm the cause of the broken leg. Okay, honey, I love you so much, but we already know, like, you snitched and it's fine. The motorcycle guy did it, so I think the case is kind of close. Okay. I will always feel dumb for sharing that kind of information with a stranger, but hey, at least the red pickup truck guy stopped being an asshole. Okay.
I think it's kind of, I kind of think it's cool.
So here's the thing. Yeah. It is kind of cool. You know, you helped change this man's life. Did you help him get the shit, beat the fuck out of him? Yeah. But look, now you can ride your bike in peace. And also, you're still carrying a lot of guilt. Like you were like fucking 12 when this happened and some scary motorcycle guy was coming up to you. So what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, why not?
You answered his needs. It's fine. But
he was going to find out anyway.
But let's not go, I don't know what in the damn hell could have happened to him. I think it's pretty.
Well, now.
I think we know what happened.
I think we know what happened. But also I want to, we got one answer on Instagram of the dumbest things people have done. And I just want to let you know that one of the dumbest things that somebody answered that they've done in their life is followed Lee back on Instagram.
Fuck you.
Well,
Is this for real?
Yeah, it's for real.
Did someone actually say that? Who said that, Gabby?
What the fuck? You're just making
honestly,
fucking Instagrams?
and I'm gonna say this is like actually very true.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst episodes energetically we've ever done. And I blame you for shitting your pants in studio because everything got worse after that.
It wasn't great before that.
Yeah,
you know
what?
Here's
my farts made
for
this
you,
podcast
for you
better
it
today.
wasn't because I was going off on you today, but
Was it Paris that said that?
It was literally Paris that said that.
Yeah.
And I'm tagging all of you.
okay, please do.
It was literally Paris.
Lee said it wasn't great before that. Okay. Okay. Well, that's all the stories I
Why?
have.
What's wrong with my Instagram?
Why don't you ask Paris?
So
Why don't you ask Paris? I'm dead. She's so funny. Okay.
yeah, Paris is something else.
Okay, well, here's an interesting one. Okay, so at some point I thought the absolute genius dumbass idea for a prank. I really wonder how the hell my boyfriend would react if I put spray tan bronzer on his dick when he was asleep. Ha ha ha. He might wake up and try to hide it and go show a doctor or something. I think I'm actually going to try it tonight. Stay tuned. Okay, let us know how it goes. Also,
That's really funny.
But I also feel like spray tan doesn't work that quickly. You'd have to put a lot on.
Doesn't it take like hours?
You just put a lot on. Yeah.
Sorry, Lee.
Wait.
Okay, but that's a fun idea.
Yeah, that is a fun idea. And I hope that it goes well. Do I have anything else here?
I mean, we're pretty much at time anyway.
We are pretty much at time. I actually have to go do another podcast in a second. Somebody said dumbest thing they've ever done, heroin. What? Here's another one. Had a threesome with two idiots who couldn't make me come in the entire 4-hour session.
Not 4 hours.
Well, I mean, you're dumb for having sex with men. I mean, that's...
And that is the truth.
So, And that's on that.
And that's on that. Okay, you guys. Well, this was the hardest I've laughed and almost cried in a long time. Gabby! Stop! Oh my God!
Bye, guys!
That's the end of the episode. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.
Follow us on Instagram, Teatime at 42069. Email us, teatimestories42069@gmail.com.
No, I hate this podcast. Don't ever write it again.
And join us on Patreon, patreon.com/teatime42069.
No! Gabby, stop shitting in his bathroom, dude!
Bye, guys.